Coral Castle has baffled people for decades. A tiny, sick man moved massive blocks of limestone by himself, sometimes at night, and claimed he knew the secrets of the pyramids. So we gave our remote viewers only a number, no name, no clues, no target. And what came back was rocks, water, energy, crescent moons, ancient structures, and something falling from the sky. Was Coral Castle built with lost technology, hidden energy, or something even stranger?
Welcome to Strange Mysterious World, Season 5, Episode 20. And as requested, we have our remote viewing session that we've done with you guys. And we welcome Sarah, one of our very first subscribers, obviously. And she actually sent us some numbers, and you guys, some of you guys actually did some drawings and stuff and sent it to us. So welcome, Sarah. Thank you very much for joining us.
Hi guys, nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Oh, cool, man. And yes, Sarah's our first person to buy us a coffee, and is a member of the coffee club. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks, Sarah.
And just a quick couple of things from other subscribers quickly. Uncle Monet, I don't know, it's just his handle. Uncle Monet said he's enjoying the show, and he wants us to teach him how to do some remote viewing, which we'll do a little bit later once once we finish the side. We'll do a quick stage 1, 2, and 3. And then a couple of other people. Vanguard, I think it's a he, got in his viewing, he said he got something that looked like Baalbek in Lebanon. Okay.
I don't know what that is.
Baalbek is an ancient city that was very old city.
Okay.
And then Mira Zichzeit, she actually sent us this picture of what she got in the viewing. And that she says there it's medieval.
Wow, it's beautiful.
Yeah, very good drawing. I must say, Mira,
That's beautiful.
Fantastic. That's brilliant. Yeah. So it's like kind of your European type artifacts, architecture. Also looks quite old. So pretty cool. I think that's actually very lekker, man. So yes, what are we viewing?
I picked Coral Castle, which is around Miami in Florida.
Coral Castle. Okay.
Wow, okay.
Have we got
so I think those images are really good.
Yeah, I think she nailed it. It looks like a
I think
castle
so.
to me. That's for sure.
Yeah.
What is the other guy that sent in? What is his name?
Vanguard.
Okay, so what was his thing?
He said structure like Baalbek in Lebanon, which is an ancient city.
Well, that's kind of like a castle, sort of.
Yeah, I would say so. Maybe it was like the rock stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So Sarah, show us the target, Coral Castle. Oh, okay. So it's this castle. Is this the one that the guy built? He would build all these rock structures at nighttime.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And
he moved it too.
And no one knew how he did it. And then they were thinking it was what do you call it? Technology, or like, or because there was also this theory that this is how the pyramids were built. Like they would actually mold the clay like with this like sand and water kind of chemical that rocks.
Limestone. So he like quarried it from Florida because Florida is mostly limestone. And so when he would give tours of this place, he was the one who was like, I use the secrets of the pyramids. So he himself said that. And then he also published books that people think are like clues to how he did it, but they come off as like really offensive and misogynistic because he's talking about abusing his wife, but the wife didn't exist. Yeah. So it was all fake. Yeah, it was interesting.
But it's just a mystery because like he built all of these things in a very short period of time, or chiseled them or whatever that we don't know, and he moves them around every night, and like no one knows how he can move like a thing that would take a huge crane or like I don't know 400 people to
Right.
move one of the things. So how was he doing that?
Right. I don't, well, obviously no one knows, but even like people have tried redoing it and they can't even do it with the technology we have today.
Wow.
So
Okay,
I
cool.
don't know, maybe electromagnetism or
Yeah, no,
something.
he's definitely with the UFOs. They help him. He it does some C5 at night, summons him down, and they move it around just to fuck with us. And then they awesome. I love this guy, except for what he wrote. Yeah, he sounds like a bit of a creep, actually.
I mean, maybe, I don't know. Like, I haven't read what he wrote, but the little passages that I read are kind of, I mean, they're kind of funny. He grew up like in the early 1900s, so you got to expect something from this guy. He's a little crazy, little 5 foot man from Latvia, you
It
know.
makes it weird as five these huge tons of rocks around.
Yeah, teensy teensy guy, yeah. And he was sick too. He had they said he had tuberculosis. Like it was something
Oh wow! So he
respiratory,
couldn't even
but
breathe, and this guy's just moving these rocks around, breathless, short. Wow, sounds
right.
not incredible. So okay, so look, Lee, I'm embarrassed because now I know the target. You're gonna have to go first because I don't
No,
think
you
I
can
got
go.
anything.
No,
No,
you can go.
You
I
may
want to
have,
tell. I
you don't
want to.
know.
Yeah, you don't
so
know.
look, this is the first. I did 3 sessions, right? It's funny because I don't usually get advanced visuals like in my cool down session when I'm doing my meditation beforehand. Well, not that I can remember. I mean, obviously, I could think about a lot of stuff while I'm meditating or trying to. So this visual kept on coming up. It was like a big black mass, but it looked like it was over an ocean of water. And
Okay.
I don't know what that was, but so then
Interesting.
I feel like,
Well, oh, so when I wrote the numbers, I didn't know like what I was doing, obviously. So when I wrote them down, the intention I put into it was like, how did this man make this? Like maybe you guys could see that.
oh,
So who knows?
okay.
Maybe it was the UFOs or something over the ocean.
Okay, so
Okay.
yeah, so I got a black mash over the ocean, and I couldn't work out because it was like quite angular, and it was it seemed like it was a solid thing, but I couldn't make out what it was just an odd shape. Then this was also strange that in my okay, so when I did the ideogram, this is what I was feeling. It was like foggy, and it was said hard, long, rough, foggy, and energy. I kept on getting, I thought it was an energetic, but then I was getting man-made and then an energetic. Um, so it was also because I remember when I was doing this, I couldn't work out because it seemed like it was a natural thing. It was I thought it's natural. It must be earth or like a land or something like that. But I kept on thinking, well, but it's man-made. So I was getting confused. But so it obviously now that I see it, it is like
It's
man-made
both.
natural structures.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's using natural items to well, natural. Maybe it was made naturally, not with machine.
Well, yeah, I mean, he carved it out of the earth. He quarried it, so
Mm.
So then I was getting like these energetic like triangles like this, like energy going in a triangle.
okay.
Then I did another ideogram and it was man-made, another energetic, but then it said man-made or alien. But this is interesting because then I got a rock. Look, there's a picture of a rock, and I wrote rock.
Okay.
Okay,
That's really funny.
and then I was just going through stage 2, which was just sort of like purging. Then, um, then see, I just kept on getting this UFO going into the water. Because these were ARLs, so
hmm
and I see like I would get this like water with a shape over it. I wrote pyramid there.
The
Um,
thing I could think about maybe with the triangles or the pyramid shape that you have, he had a tripod that he was known for using to build everything. So maybe it was like
okay.
the shape of the tripod.
Okay, yeah, see that's interesting. Then I was getting, I don't know, these corrugated like roof things.
Okay.
Um, and then see, this is the thing, like I was getting like a submarine and like a helicopter. But I went back to stage 1 because I felt like I was losing it. So I went back to stage 1
hmm
and then I got again, yeah, this is just, look, I wrote Rocky. on my my Instagram, my ideogram. I got Rocky again. Like the feeling. I was feeling and it said Rocky, the man-made structure.
Man, I wish I could
Um,
share my images because I had like a close-up of the texture of the rock of the limestone on the castle. It's like it's
okay.
very textured.
Ah. So then I don't know. Then I was getting images of these presents being like dropped with parachutes out of the sky.
What was
But,
it?
but then I wrote presents being gifted out of the sky.
Oh,
Then I saw these long, dark, long, shining beans. Okay,
I
then
mean, who knows, honestly? Like if my intention was how is this made and no one knows how it's made, like who knows what you guys are gonna get.
and a tree with orange fruit. So that's a bit lame. Maybe there was a tree in there with the orange fruit.
Well,
Well,
we're in
there are trees
Florida. We
there,
got
so there are
oranges.
trees.
Yeah. There's plenty of orange trees here.
Okay, so then I did another session like the day after, and this one was see, I kept on getting like some water,
Yeah, there's
and
water.
is it near the ocean or is it
That's a
some
good
type of thing with
question.
because
I don't know
then
how
I've got
close to the ocean it is.
then this is quite interesting. Maybe it's that thing again. I got like these wooden slats going up like in a almost like a semi-pyramid way. Then I got the rocks
Hmm.
again, so I drew another like rock here. Um, Maybe they use water to carve it. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Um,
think
I
that's
I
possible.
think they
but
used, I have a theory because he has like tons of little pools in there. So I think he may have used one of the pools to generate whatever energy he needed.
so then here's another like that tripod thing that you said that they said because I remember I also saw those pictures
Hmm.
of a tripod like they said this is how you move the rocks with a tripod. And then I wrote here something falling, something heavy falling. Yeah, so that's about it. Then I just did like some pictures like this. But I don't know if that's anything significant. Maybe it's something that he made out of the
Interesting.
rocks. And this.
I don't know. He may have done, so there was like this little shape that he carved in one of the rocks, and maybe it was like that. I don't know how to explain what the shape is. I think it has to do with astronomy and like how the planets move, and he
Okay.
put numbers in
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, but like looking at the pictures, I mean, I got water and rocks a lot, and that's when I'm looking at these
Hmm.
pictures. There's these pools here, and then there's a little. I mean, obviously the rocks. So maybe I was looking at one of those rocks that was over the pool of water, and I thought it was, anyway. So that's, I mean, that's quite
Hmm.
interesting, and a lot of energetics. So
Yeah, that was really interesting. I think you did really good
UFOs.
with
So
that.
maybe if it was built with the
Maybe it
UFOs,
was built with UFOs, man.
Right? Honestly, who knows?
that's what I want to believe. What do you got, Lee?
Okay, so my ideogram was telling me that there was some sort of energy. The actual ideogram itself was showing me that there's some sort of energetic.
Okay.
I'll show you now the drawing. So that's the reason why I've left it up. But I got energy, I got biological. So, but basically, my idea here there might have been someone at the site or somebody that's working at the site or something. That was my first ideogram. My second one, I got more biological with the structure. I normally do four. I keep getting a biological, so which means it's quite important to the site, which is a entity. And there was some sort, it was definitely on land, and definitely some sort of structure with energy. So I don't know what type of energy he was using. My stage two, basically, I had like browns, greens, gray, rocky, stony, cold, clanging, chipping, can't read my handwriting, warm, hot, open, large, it's open area, large, stony, smooth, rough, heavy. Okay, so that was all kind of my. I was getting an amusement park as an AOL.
That's so funny.
Yeah,
Yeah, because it is an amusement
Like Disney
park.
World.
yeah. I've got an ancient. I've got an ancient city. My other AOL as well. Don't know if you can see that down the bottom here. And then for the drawings, I started going into it. I actually got So I thought it might be somewhere in Turkey because
Oh, the crescent.
I've got the
Oh, you got
crescent
the
moon.
moon. You got the crescent
Yeah,
moon,
but
dude.
I had an AOL there of Islam because I thought it might be an Islamic.
Oh, that's so
So,
funny.
Yeah, but that's great. You got the moon. That's amazing, dude.
so I got a moon. That's actually why I wanted to keep that up there. And then I've got some more drawings here of pillars. So I've got an
Nice.
AOL of a temple, and then I've got what looked like a castle wall, like the top section
Yeah, that's right.
that
I think
that I
there's a
thought
section
might be
like that.
and then I don't know how this one ended here, but I kind of got something at the bottom here that I thought was a bath because there's water in
Okay.
this little thing that's a bath. But I'm looking at this picture uh, at the bottom on the side, yeah, and I see they've got like these little
I
baths
see
there.
it.
Oh,
Yes.
fuck. So okay. So my thought was an ancient
Wow,
city
that's
of some
amazing,
sorts.
dude. The
Yeah.
bath? Yeah, because there's
Yeah, I thought it was a bath. I said, fuck, I thought I'm going so out with this. Somebody's like taking a bath. That's
That's so
interesting.
funny.
Jeez, well
But
done.
yeah, so that was my thing. Let me stop sharing there.
That's so
Wow,
cool.
well
Yeah,
done,
you
dude.
guys
You
got really
really got
close.
good stuff. You just got energy for, but you actually got chipping, like, because Sarah's intention was what made
Yeah,
it. And
Hmm.
yeah,
so it sounds
yeah.
like
I
it,
got
he did
chipping.
hand make
Yeah,
it.
I got
Yeah, the clanging
yeah,
maybe. Maybe that had something to do with.
So it's
yeah.
not the
Clanging and
UFOs.
chipping.
That's so
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
yeah.
You
Cool.
got way better data, so I'm going with the chipping and clanging now, not the UFOs, unfortunately, because fuck, I was
Well,
It
just
could be
maybe
both. Who knows?
maybe his idea came from there. He was thinking, okay, if the aliens can do it, so maybe I can as well.
wow.
Maybe. He also grew up in a family that did like stonemasonry. So maybe he started doing what he knew and then he moved on to UFOs. Who knows?
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
that was awesome, man. Thank you. That
Nice
was
one.
yeah, much appreciated. Yeah, very cool.
But yeah, I
Cool.
appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
No,
Thanks,
thanks, Sarah.
awesome,
Much
man.
appreciated.
All
Cool.
right.
Cheers.
You have a good night.
You
You
too.
too.
Thank
Have a good
you.
day.
Bye.
Bye.
Right, guys. Sarah, yeah, thank you very much, man, for joining us. That was much appreciated for you
Yeah,
coming on. And
loved having you on,
yeah,
man. That was amazing. Very
and
cool.
I
And what a
mean,
great target.
yeah, 100%. And for all the rest of you guys out there that want to send us targets, please do. We're happy to have you on the show as well. We can do exactly the same thing. So this is now going to become an interactive thing where we're going to get you guys involved with all the stuff that we're doing with remote viewing. And in that note, we're going to teach you how to do a bit of remote viewing.
And then also just
Okay.
one other thing, if anybody else did a remote view and didn't send through theirs to us, you can write in the comments what you got as well. So, if you did this thing and you didn't send it to us via email, then your data, then just put in the comments now, like what you got.
Yeah, 100%. Cool. Right. So first things first, you're going to need a page of a blank page. No lines on your page. Must be blank. Okay. And you need to have a black pen. No blue, no red, no green. Must be black. Okay, that's just a standard format that you can't use a pencil, you can't do anything else. But I reckon it's got something to do with when you're closing your eyes and you're seeing images and stuff. All these other things will take away from that. So it's very important. Okay, then to start off, it's pretty easy. All you're going to do is at the top right, you're going to write your name. So Lee. You can write your surname as well. That's fine. Okay, top right. Underneath that, you're going to write the date. So today is what's it, the 13th today?
Mm.
13th of May, 2026. I'm going to put in here page 1. All right. Here, this differs in some places, but you can put your location. So here we can say office home. And then you're going to put ST, which is your start time, and ET, which is your end time, not extraterrestrial. Okay. And then you're going to put start time, which would be now at, say, 19:09 p.m. Not that it needs PM, but that's fine. Then in the middle of the page, directly across, you're going to write AV and PI. Okay. AV basically means, did you receive any advanced visuals when you saw the number? Or because a lot of times what guys do is they do a cool down, which is like some sort of music or a bit of a meditation or something that goes on before you get the number. So get your mind ready to get the images, okay, and to get the textures and to get the feel. So if you have in that period of time, if you're doing it that way, did you receive anything? Did you see a dog running in a park? Did you, I don't know, see something in your mind? If you did, you're going to write it there at AV. You're going to say yes, uh, advanced visuals. You don't have to say what it was, but you can say advanced visuals. And then PR, I say generally I call it personal issues, but it's called personal inclemencies. But PR, personal issues. Were there any? Do you have flu? I had flu when I did my remote viewing.
Yeah, so did I.
Do you have flu? Are you tired? Did you just have dinner? Whatever. If there's anything, is there a religious issue that's going on? So you would write that down. It's important that you got to write these things down.
And it's just
Okay.
so that you get it off your chest, so that you don't go in
Yes.
there with you've declared everything, so you know, okay. So you're sitting there going like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling so sick, oh, I'm feeling so depressed. Like you could just get it off your chest, say it there. Also, it's good data because if you're getting like really good hits and you're getting like you're on target a lot, you can go back there and say, oh, I see, it's always when I'm depressed. Or it's always when I got flu. I'm like, I'm amazing when got flu. So now you got to wait until you're really sick, and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna hit targets. Give me the target numbers. I got flu. So that's what it is. And then the AV, because you obviously need to get yourself into a theta brave wave or alpha. You know, I mean, if you guys don't know what that is, just go search brave waves. But when you meditate, you go from your normal beta wave state into alpha and then theta and then delta sleeping. So you got to get into like a calm headspace so you can get proper data and you're not thinking about what's in the fridge and how much you're gonna fight with your wife later or whatever. But so you got to meditate beforehand, and also meditation. If you're practicing meditation every day, naturally you become more intuitive in all forms of your life. So that's what one of the greatest benefits of meditation is. And obviously, even though I do it every day, it's not. I need to do more of it because I'm still making shitty decisions in my life. So, but anyway, just do half an hour beforehand so you can get into the zone and then also that date on the side there, I mean, it seems very formal or whatever, but that's not going to really help you get any data, like writing your name and everything there. But that's just you got to find a structure. You got to have a structure. So if you're doing this professionally or if you're doing it for somebody, they know who did it, they know what time it was, they know what they've got all of this data. So you got to get into the habit of doing it so that it helps you later also for your own thing. I can see like even now I was like, okay, which one did I do first? Was it this day? Also, with the time's nice because you can see, oh, okay, I did 10 minutes today, or I did half an hour. Oh, look, in my sessions, when I do an hour session, I'm getting better data than if I do a 2 hour session because maybe you're stressing yourself out doing too much or something. So it's like it's funny, like you think, oh, it's so structured, even though it was made for the military, so that's why it's so structured. It's just that that stuff probably won't help you be a better remote viewer. It's just for structure and data for who you're doing it for and for yourself if you want to map things. Sorry, Lee, you carry on.
No, 100%. But structure is what runs your life. So you have to have structure in your life of some sort. So this is just another way of structuring your mental and your spiritual stuff that's going on in your head. The PR, it could also be, I mean, you could have just had a meal. And then you're doing this thing after a meal and you're finding that you're really shit at it. They reckon, okay, I better do this before I have a meal. You know what I mean? So there's various ways of looking at this information that comes in there that helps you in the long run, especially when you've done a few. But anyway, so then eventually you're going to move over to the left-hand side, and then you're going to get the numbers. Now, most of the time, the numbers come in two sets of four. So it could be like a 2, 3, 3, 1 dash, okay? 4, 6, 6, 2. As an example. Okay, I'm going to stop there, and there's a reason I'm stopping there. But that's the kind of format that you'll generally get. Sometimes you might not get it in that format. It might be a little bit of a different format. But that's generally how you want to do it. And when you're putting these numbers down, it's important that you lift your elbow off the table and that you hold your pen at a very light mode. So it's in your hand and it's light. Okay, it mustn't be hard, and you mustn't have your elbow on the table because it prevents your ideogram from moving. So you need to have it very light in your hand. Okay, so I've done the numbers, but when you're doing it properly and your elbows up, okay, not too high up, but up, you're comfortable, you put your feet flat on the ground, you do the number very, very lightly, 2, 3, 3, 1 dash 4, 6, 6, 2. Okay, straight away, straight from the 2, how we've been taught or how we do it, you come straight off to your ideogram. Okay. Some people, they have a gap, so they'll do their thing, they'll do the number, and then over here they'll do something. Okay. We don't like the gap idea. We come straight off the number. Okay. Now, ideogram over here, this is going to tell you what's at your site. It's going to give you a very basic idea of what's at your site. Okay, at the target. So if I'm looking at if you've been doing the ideograms for long enough, there's certain things that tell you what it is. So like, for example, I'm going to write on the same page here. I shouldn't be, actually, no, let me get another page.
But anyway, so
let's
just
take
to
this, for example.
Okay, sorry, Karen.
Sorry, yeah. So like, for example, water will be wavy. Okay. Land will be straight. The structure will be like that of sorts, but it could be upside down. I mean, it could be anywhere around. Okay. It doesn't matter. So that's a kind of a structure. This is how
Or life
most
form,
people
show
have
life
it.
form.
Yeah, life form, biological would be something like that.
Or
Okay.
energetic.
Energetic could be, geez, it could be that type of thing. Okay. But a lot of the times, these are the standard things that people have. But when you're doing it long enough, you might get other things. It might start changing where your biological is no longer looking like that. It might look like something else, but then you just have to be on top of your game and see why is it changing, what's going on.
But anyway, Lee, can I just add
Yeah.
there? So Lee's showing you like, because the thing is, when you do an ideogram, it's basically you're trying to connect with your body because your body is more psychic than your brain. That's what we're trying to get. That this whole ideogram thing is to get you out of your mind, so you're not thinking. You're just like feeling. You doing. You gotta. I don't know if you guys know muscle testing, kinesiology, or like when you fold your fingers and you ask yourself a question. If it breaks, it's a no. Or if you push down, if it's hard, it's a yes. Or if it's so it's because your body's more psychic than your mind. So that's also with the meditation, like Vipassana or whatever. It's you feeling your body, sensing your body, and that's supposed to make you more intuitive, more psychic, because you are getting in touch with your whole energy of your whole body. Your so what's coming out of your arm? That's more data than what you're going to think. So now you got to, and Lee will get into the next stage to tap into that. But those ideograms, what Lee's shown you there, on all of the most of the remote viewing sites, you can get like there's a training. It's ideogram training, so you can it'll say like land, water, and every time it says it, you got to write your ideogram or draw it so that your body also gets used to like, okay, this is how you do land, this is how you do water, this is how you do. So you just train yourself, and then so when you do the ideogram, you will get one of those shapes. Then you will know, okay, well, it must be this. Sorry, I know I'm giving you too much data. Maybe this is too much for people to grasp now, but anyway,
Yeah, it's fine. No, it's 100%.
go
So,
back.
look, those are the basic things. There are more, there are others, but those are like the basic things. And then if you look at the ideogram, you can see there, I've got a biological. So I know that in this number, whatever it is, there's a biological. And I will guarantee you that 95% of my ideograms actually tells me what's there. It's correct. Okay, but it's only the very basics. A biological can be anything. It can be a human being, it can be a dog, it can be a bird, it can be an ant. It's anything alive, basically, that a biological is. Okay, and then over here could be, I mean, it could be a bit of water. There's another biological on the end there. There seems to be a structure of some sorts over there because it's gone to a point and straight down, which is the same as that type of thing. So you will eventually start reading what your ideogram is about, but don't take that as, don't take it to heart what your ideogram is saying. Don't think, oh, structure biological, oh, that means it's a man-made object, and there's somebody then. It could be it could be a dog next to a set of stairs. You know what I mean? So don't take too much into what's going on here. Just know that there's a biological and it's a structure. Okay. So you'll start learning those things as you start doing a little bit more. I normally do 4 of these at any given time. A lot of people just do 1, but I normally I do 4. But now once you've done 1, you're going to do, there's a few things you're going to do. You're going to write here A, B, and C. Okay. So A is your A component, B is your B component, C is your C component. A is you're going to now describe your ideogram. How did it feel? How did it feel when you did those movements? So you can actually go around it. You can actually touch your ideogram. You can say, okay, yeah, this was diagonal up. And you're right, diagonal up. It seemed to loop over. Did it loop over or around? You must distinguish that in your mind. So I could say, okay, it looped over. Okay, so looping over. Down, and then out to the right. Down, out to the right. So I'm not going to do the whole thing, but that's kind of how you got, and you got to go, but you got to touch and you got to feel. Okay, yes, this feels down. Yeah, there's a point here. So, and you got to touch your ideogram at various places, and you just need to hold it for a couple of seconds and try and get the idea of what's going on in this picture, and you got to write it there. Then in B, so once you've done that, this could be quite a long process. When you get to B, you're going to determine this: is it man-made or is it natural? Okay, it's either man-made or it's natural. It could be both. Okay, it could be both, but you need to determine.
Like we saw in this, we saw it in this one. It was a
Yes.
man-made,
Yeah, correct.
and it was
Yeah.
and it was natural because it was made out of rocks.
So if I look at this at my diagram, yeah, I say there's land, okay, which will come a little bit later, but I think I'm thinking this is man-made. So I'm going to say man-made.
So Lee, do you get your man-made or by looking at the ideogram, or do you like sense
Yes,
it, or do you
by the
kind of like,
ideogram.
okay, I
I
usually
do all of
I
it. So I
sense
look at
it.
it, and I also I look at it. This okay. There's definitely a structure. And it's a structure, but then I think, is it man-made? Is it? I'm trying to see what's coming into my mind, and then it pops in. Okay, man-made. Then I say, okay, man-made.
Yeah, and it's also usually the first thing. If you ask yourself like anything, like what color is it? And then the first image that comes up is used, that's the right one.
Yes. Yeah.
You can't like,
All right.
yeah, if you start thinking
And
about
then
it, then you're gonna get lost.
yeah, don't think it must come like quickly. And then your C is determining what is it? Is it land? Is it water? Is it land-water interface? So I figured this thing was out on land, so I'm going to write there land. Okay.
But there's
So
like five, there's
that's your
5. What
stage
is
1.
it?
Yeah, there's
Like there's
structure,
land,
energy, motion, um, land-water interface. So it's all
biological,
those same things,
energetic.
but yeah, it's all these things here that I showed you earlier. Okay, so you can put there land or man-made structure on land. Okay, so you can actually, so that is your stage 1. Very easy. That'll take you about 3 minutes to do if you do it when you do it quick enough. Okay. Now, stage 2. You cannot write over here now stage 2. Okay, stage 2 has to go on a separate page. Okay, new stage, new page. So you're gonna write 2. I normally put the date back on there, 13th of May, just so that I know I don't get lost, because I've got a lot of 2 pages. So I want to make sure that it's the 13th of May.
And guys, you must
Okay. And then if
definitely,
I'm doing
sorry, Lee.
if I'm doing more than one, I'm going to put the time there as well, so that I don't get confused with which time I was doing it.
And you must definitely put the number of pages because that a lot of the
Yes.
time it falls off the table, and then you're like, oh my gosh, which was the first page, second page, or like now we
Yes.
were trying to show Sarah, and like I had to know which page was which was what. So definitely
Yeah.
remember to
100%.
number it.
Then you got to write stage 2. Okay. Now what you got to do, you got to go back to your ideogram. Okay. if I've got four, I'm going to choose one, but say I chose this one, okay, and I'm going to say, all right, cool. So I'm going to go somewhere in the ideogram, and I'm going to say, okay, let's go here. Right, what comes to you? So what do you start seeing? You got to start thinking of things like textures, colors, sights, sounds, smells, tastes. You start thinking in that thing. Okay, so what's coming to me? So we normally have a process. I try and do colors first, and then I try and do, I have a bit of an order of it. So, okay, what colors are coming? What colors are coming? And then you go, all right, cool, blue, gray, purple, orange, green. Now start thinking. If I go past 3 seconds, I'll move to the next thing. Okay. How does this feel? All right, it feels hot. It is. I'm starting to get a bit confused. 3 seconds. Okay, cool. What I hear? I hear laughing. I hear crying. I hear people murmuring. I hear hooting. Okay. So, and you start writing all of these things down the page, but you don't go side to side. You write them down underneath each other.
In the middle.
Okay. Yeah, in the middle. Now, this generally, you want to try and get minimum 1 page, but this could go up to 5 pages.
You can also do smells. You smell what
Smells has to go in there.
Feeling.
Your feelings.
Taste if you want.
Yeah, and then you even get your dimensionals. So your dimensionals will come in at the bottom. It'll say, okay, it's open air. It's long, it's wide.
Can't see what you're writing.
Sorry there. Yeah, so it'll come down at the bottom. So once you've got all this other stuff in here, your dimensions will start coming in. It's long, it's elevated. Okay, you want to try and get at least 6 or 7 of your dimensions in, because that's quite important for later on when you start going to stage 4 and that, but which we're not going to show you. So that in basic is your stage 2. Okay, and that also should take you a few minutes, no longer than a few minutes. Okay, now for the stage 3, this is now where things start changing. Now, this is where people have different ideas about stage 3, but you're going to do the same. So, new page, new stage. So, you're going to go into stage 3, top,
Can't see.
page 3, page 3. Okay, and you're going to have the date, the 13th of May. And if you need to put the time in, you can put time. And then you're going to put stage 3. Now, stage 3, this is where all your visuals start coming in. But normally the visuals that come through are very like blotchy. It's like you start seeing a bit of color and you might actually, and now a lot of people say, don't close your eyes. I close my eyes. That's something I've always done. And it's something I've,
I also close my eyes.
The image. Yeah. People like Laurie Williams say, don't close your eyes. Just start seeing in your mind's eye. I think I can't do that. I don't have that. If my eyes are opening and I see my pen, I actually see my pen. I'm not. Yeah. I don't daydream unless I'm driving. Then I start daydreaming. But so I close my eyes. I close my eyes for a few seconds, and then I start squiggling, and I might say, "Okay, I see lines." Okay, this seemed dark, and that this was light. So I might write there dark and light. Okay, and then I close my eyes again. What I do is I take the numbers. So that's your numbers. Okay. I close my eyes and I visualize the 2331-4662 being written on the top. Like if I close my eyes, I see it as a blackboard inside. It's just like a black page. And I see these numbers popping up. Okay, so I've got to memorize the numbers. And then I say, take me, what is at the side? What can I see? And then it will start showing me things. Okay, weird diagrams. And you start drawing the stuff that you start seeing in your thing. Okay. When you start getting a little bit more into it in advance, you'll start getting a little bit more detailed thing. But generally, your drawings don't come until stage 6 when you start having detailed drawings. Okay, especially in the beginning. Stage 3, you're just going to start getting all these weird things that might pop up. So this is dark on the side.
So Lee, then like tonight's remote viewing, did you go up to stage 6 on all of them?
No, because stage 3, I find that if I spend a bit of time in stage 3, I can start getting images.
Yeah, me too. I also just go stage 3.
Yeah. And if when you go to a lot of people only stop on stage three, but four, five, and six, you go a little bit more in depth and in detail of what's happening. And I've started doing stage four and that, but generally that is, and then you'll get a feel and
But
you
like
can say, all
stage
right,
four is basically a more detailed version of
of stage two.
stage two,
Yeah,
and
just a
stage
lot more,
five is just like stage three, but like
more detailed,
more.
a lot more detailed. Yeah. But you'll see how we do it because we're starting to draw already. That's more the advanced remote viewing. That's what you start doing in the advanced remote viewing, where you actually started to go into the target without going through the stages. So we are missing a lot of information, and that's why we don't always get it, to 100%. But we've got a good, I would say, 70% to target, which is a good ratio to have when you're doing it with
But
stage
yeah, you
three.
can see how good Lee's data was. Geez, that was really cool, Lee.
Yeah, and then right at the end, when you finish all your drawings, whatever you've done, you're going to write there, end session. You have to write end session because what will happen is it will keep going on in your mind. You got to go to bed and this thing is still running. And then you got to go to your next session the next day and this thing is still running. So you have to say end session. And then you've got to go back to your page one. Okay. And you got to go to the top where it said there end time. You're going to write, okay, 19:31 p.m.
And also, if you forget to end session in your next session, you can just write on another piece of paper, end last session, and then go to your new, because I
Yes.
used to always forget to end the session. Just say something about
What you
ALs.
can do, sorry, yeah, we'll do that. What you can do once you've ended the session, if you kind of got a general feel for what you think this odd thing was at the top here, page one, you can just write ancient city. That's kind of what you were feeling when you were doing the thing. Okay. So when you're going back to looking at this, oh, okay, I got close to this. I only got like maybe 50% of it, but there were rocks and stuff in it. So you can kind of judge for yourself. Now, what William was saying about AOL. So when you've done stage one, you cannot have an AOL in stage one. AOL means analytical overlay, which basically means that you're getting your imagination is creeping in while you're doing this. Stage one cannot have AOL at all. If you get an AOL in stage one, you have to break. So get up, go for a cup of coffee, come back, redo the coordinates, redo your ideogram. We call it coordinates, but it's actually your numbers. Redo your numbers, redo your ideogram, and then A, B, and C component. Okay. Once you finish with that, when you get to stage two, then you can start picking up your AOLs. And even when you join, you can pick up your AOLs. So from stage two, your AOLs will come, but your AOL will always be on your right-hand side. So you've gone down the middle with your stage two. On the right-hand side, you're going to write AOL because you might have gone blue, gray, purple, orange, green, orange, 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 AOL,
Fruit
orange
bowl.
tree. Yeah, or fruit bowl.
Yeah, well, like I tell you,
But that's your imagination. That's something that's popped up into your head while you are doing that.
yeah,
Okay.
like well, just
This
from
doesn't mean
the
it's right. It just means it's your imagination
like
that's trying to fix up stuff.
from our session we're just in now. I I was seeing water, so I just immediately thought, oh, there must be ocean. So I wrote oceans as ARL. So I should just put data water, and then it would have come out. You saw there was pools there of water in the thing, and then
Yeah.
you, Lee, you saw that moon thing, and then you immediately went to Islam, and you said, oh, Islam. Your
Yeah.
ARL was Islam, even though that moon
Yeah.
crescent that you drew was the rock that was he carved
Yeah.
those moon shapes. So see, that's an ARL because your imagination suddenly goes, oh, that's what it is, and it's always wrong. So
Hmm.
don't listen. So yes, so you got to declare it. You got to say that. So it's also so it gets it off your chest. So you're like, okay, well, I think, geez, I'm seeing like all this sand. I must be in Saudi Arabia, and then you just have to say Saudi Arabia. Just get it off your chest so you can move on. And then you find out, oh, it was just a dog in a sandpit.
100%. So your AOLs will always creep in because your imagination, I mean, we are very, very imaginative beings. So your AOLs will creep in a lot. And then you just write them in. You keep writing in your AOLs. Okay. So if you're going down further on, you're getting honking, crying, laughing. Okay, that could bring on an AOL of a city street where you've got people that are walking in your cars that are hooting and that kind of stuff. So that thing might just pop up in your head and you write that AOL because you need to get it on the paper to get it out. Don't keep it inside. And then you'll do the same thing when you start drawing. Yeah, you might have like these little three lines here. You might get an AOL. You're going to write there again AOL on the right hand side. I'm going to say bars, prism, because
Yeah, well, you mustn't do this. It's just that it might pop
you're
up.
giving it a noun.
It might come
Yeah.
up in your mind, and then you'll have to declare it.
Yes.
So don't you have to you mustn't do this all the time. It's just you getting data, and then maybe once or twice you'll be like, oh my gosh, I think this is,
Yeah.
like I think this is prison bars, and you got to just say, fuck, get
Yes.
it off your chest. So
As soon
because
as you
I'm there.
name it, as soon as you give it a noun, as soon as you give it a name, it becomes an AOL. Okay. So just remember that. So rather try and keep it. I mean, this could be slats. This could be wooden slats. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
guitar strings.
Your AOLs, yeah, it could be anything. So don't, when you start, as soon as you give it a name, it's an AOL. All right. And then obviously your end session, you write down your end session and that's it done. Now, another thing, what William likes to do, and I do sometimes, say you wanted to carry on the next day and you got to stage 3 and now tomorrow I want to do stage 4. You can write end session. When you start the next day and you come back, you're going to go on to, because now you're not going to write end time. Okay, on page 1, you're not going to write end time. Leave the end time open. You can write end session at the bottom of your page, but don't write end time. When you come back tomorrow, you're going to put there page 4. Okay, you're going to have your name, blah, 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 all the stuff. And then you're going to put resume. And then you carry on with stage 4. So every time you end, don't write your end time. Just write end session. And then tomorrow morning when you do it, you're going to go through the whole process again of half an hour, cool down, blah, 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 get back into it, check the numbers like I do. I'll check the numbers out again in my head, and then I'll say, okay, where are we? So that, guys, that is the very basic understanding of remote viewing. There's a lot more involved, but if you can get that going, and you start practicing that, you'll get a lot better at what your target is. You'll get a lot more information. You might not always get it right. Like we got ancient city, which I thought was in Islam, an Islamic ancient city. Okay.
Mm.
It is a building that's done that looks like an ancient city. Okay, but it's not. It's modern. The moon is there because it was, but it's not. So I interpret it wrong, but it doesn't mean you are wrong. You've got the right data, just you were not in the right place. Does it make sense? Am I making sense? So
Yeah.
I'm not 100%
This
right.
AAL, yeah.
I'm about 80%. Yeah, I'm about 80% to the data of that space. So if we had a monitor between William and myself, and a monitor gave us this thing, and we both did our figures, they would know where we were. Just by looking at my data and looking at William's data, he would be able to figure it out. Okay, this
And then
is
they will like guide us. They'll be like, okay,
so,
go look at that a bit more. Go there, and they
yeah.
won't. But guys, seriously, it's as simple as that. I also thought when I first learned it, I was like, it's got to be more than this. I mean, geez, like this is. And then I would go to like 6 different lessons of all the different people, and it's all the same thing. There's like small little differences, but the thing is, it's just a structure. This is just a structure. This is like you learn it and you do like 20 sessions just to get the structure right. So then you don't have to. So then it's like riding a bicycle, like you know where to go and do that. So you're not thinking, oh yeah, what is it? Stage 1? Do I put the AL here? And then personally, I feel that the structure that's not actually making you more psychic, or like it's not making you actually remote viewing.
Yeah, that's it.
So I mean, look, this is just my personal opinion, but I really believe that that structure is just a structure so people like in the military or wherever if you're doing it professionally, there's a structured way so that you can present data. I really feel that it's actually not making you more psychic, or it's not making you a better remote viewer. I just feel that if you meditate every day, especially before you do it, and you have a process where you're always practicing something, like if it's trying to see through a blindfold, or if it's trying to see auras in a mirror, if you just go in and you just practice like for like 10, 20 minutes every day, and just try and get a target, if you get some numbers and you're just like, what is it? What is it? And you try and put some data down on it, that's actually the practice is making you more psychic. It's just that that just needs to be in a structure so that it can make sense to someone if you give it to someone else. That's personally what I feel.
Mm.
I don't know about you, Lee.
No, 100%. So, yeah, guys, I hope you learned something a little bit there. So now next time we have numbers, you guys definitely need to do it, please, and send us your information. And again, thanks, Mira. You actually were actually pretty close. I mean, if you think about what you did,
Yeah, geez,
that was
both of
actually
them were
pretty
like
good.
pretty good. Hey?
Yeah, very, very good. Very,
What
very
was the other
impressed
guy? I
with
keep on
our
forgetting the other guy's
subscribers.
name. He said it was a castle.
Vanguard.
Castle.
Yeah, he said an ancient city in Lebanon.
Oh, okay, well, yeah. I mean, could be it.
Baalbek. Very good. Okay. But I mean, that shows you, I mean, for people that have never done it before, I mean, fuck, dude, that's awesome. That shows you that there's something there.
Yeah.
So
But you were amazing. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. You got the
100%.
bars, you got the moon crescent, you got the rocks, you got the chip. I mean,
Yeah, but
you were right.
sometimes I get the stuff close, but then sometimes I'm just so far
Oh, I think
away.
you
So
nailed it.
anyway, yeah.
But
But
anyway, cool. Awesome, guys.
no, awesome.
Thanks,
So yeah,
Lee.
guys and girls, we've got a last episode coming up next week as well. We've got a friend of ours that's coming on. We're going to be chatting about everything UFOs, everything that's alien related, all this disclosure stuff that's going on. So we're going to have a full podcast on that on our next one. So yeah, I hope to see you guys on that side. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this one. And thanks again to Sarah for joining us again. Thanks a lot, Sarah. And we'll chat to everyone next week. Thanks, William. Much appreciated for your time, buddy.
Cool. Thanks, Lee. You too, bro.